A friend told me today that she really thought of me as an extroverted person who was able to mingle with people very easily and who did not have social anxiety whatsoever because I know how to portray myself in such a way that it shows my true nature. And it made me think and it made me ask her, why do you feel that way? Do you feel that way because you can't be your true nature? I asked her. And what she said was, even though she wanted to change and even though she would like the idea of doing the things that she might love to do, she can't change because even though she tries to, she's not able to. Is this you as well? Even though you try to change, what happens is there is you who is holding you back. It's not something else. It's your inability to action what you want to do. So the problem is not being able to handle what you have to do and what you would like and want to do. The obstacle here is that you don't have people in your life that can tell you how you could go about this situation. You will never have people that can give you the perfect answer for anything because we handle our own shit in different ways. Though I may make a video here and tell you about how I go through things in my life, you can't expect yourself to also follow the same set of advice because we go through life differently. I like to ask questions. That's why every single time what I do is when I get some type of advice, I think of whether this will benefit me and whether I would love to do it and I experiment with it. I see, I frame a hypothesis and I see if I can follow that advice for 2 to 3 days. If I feel joyful when I implement that advice, then I continue that. So I actionize my wants in this manner of seeing how this benefits me. But this may not be what you can also do in your life. So the main solution here is, how can you see to yourself what you could do to do more of what you want to do? How can you handle and manage what you have to do as a student or as a busy individual, as well as your passions and the things that you would love to do that are fun, that make your life more joyful to you? I've written some tidbits in my journal and I would like to read those to you. I wrote, even if you don't live forever, your craft will. Even if you think that you have to be healthy, you have to wake up at 5 a.m., do all the things that you need to do to stay healthy, to stay fit, and then you have to read and study for 3 hours, and you have to just putting deadlines onto yourself and completing them because you are a brave person. But what happens is, even if you live forever because you did those things, your presence is not going to be lived in this society. What matters here in this life is what you can give to the world, and that's what is going to live. It's not you, because you are going to die. So, your craft, what you're passionate about, what you are known about, is going to live further than the time span of which you're alive, right? When you understand this, you want to pursue your craft because you know that is going to give yourself fulfillment. And since that craft or whatever you want to do might give you fun or will give you fun, why not experiment with that? Because that might be something that will live on forever. That might be something you may be known for in the end. Talents do matter, and when they matter, you have to pursue it because that is something that is going to live with you and live beyond you. Also, I wrote, people prioritize productivity and comfort over resonance. But resonance is where your moment lies in. Productivity and comfort. What does that mean? It means doing everything in a certain structurized way. School works in different periods of time. Each period for me, each subject has 40 minutes, and in that 40 minutes you are going to get some information, and then perhaps they'll give you homework, and then you have to complete it and submit it the next day or whenever they tell you to submit it, right? And that's a deadline, that's a structurized system of teaching you something. But instead of being productive in that sort of way, instead of finding comfort in that structure, we also can prioritize what we feel like we need to do. If you are not able to study in a structurized manner, you can find out ways you can make study even more fun. You can find out why a certain thing is being said to you. You can ask questions, or maybe you can study with another person whenever you have the need to procrastinate again, or whatever it is. You have the free will of being someone who does something because he or she just loves to do it. Maybe you want to sing instead of study, and this may be controversial, but you can sing instead of studying, because I guarantee you, when you study again, you're going to feel much more refreshed because you just did what was most resonant to you in that moment. So this is a very, very societal thing that we circulate, which is productivity and comfort are the only things that you can like follow in your day to day. But those are not the only things. Those are required, but most of all, what is resonant with you right now is where the moment lies in, and it will determine the way your day unfolds. So, resonance. What do you love to do? Also, time is a constant. You are crazy, so no construct is going to hold you back. In the society, you're going to be called as different. You're going to be called as someone who doesn't follow things in a structurized way and who is just a sore thumb that is sticking out in the crowd. You're going to be called that. And you're going to find the courage to be different when you understand that you are enough and tired of doing things that are not resonant with you. So when you find that courage, you also find out all the other things that are promoted to be followed, like time. You have to manage your time, you have to handle your time such that it does benefit your schedule. Basically, time is a construct. But since you are crazy already, since you are already different and you're already unique, why would you try and take time as an excuse to make you less resonant of what you want to feel resonant towards? Maybe that's complicated, but what I meant was you have to have that courage to be different, and you have to do more of what you want to do, irrespective of what anyone tells you. If you can't be bold in this sense, you are not going to be bold in any sense in which you'd like. The main reason you want to be bold is because you want to feel secure in doing what you would like to do. And to be that bold, you have to be bold enough to walk away from the constructs that are in this society, because society is a generalized thing that will not benefit individuals. It will not tell you the perfect answer for leading your life. Only you can give yourself that. Also, anxiousness is a very common thing that teenagers, especially in Gen Z generation, experience, because we are more and more inclined to do what we are resonant in. So, when we understand that what we're doing isn't resonant with us, then we feel anxious to let go of that thing, because that would mean that we would be looked as different and we would be on a different path than most, and that is more risky. And all of these questions come to being, right? But what really matters is gratitude. Once you practice gratitude, you become more abundant to what you already have. And when you become more abundant to what you already have, you are able to be more of what abundance means to you. And then you also realize that this throwaway culture of replacing things easily is holding you back from being truly resonant. Once a toy gets broken, we replace it with another toy because that toy is broken. But didn't it occur to you in that moment that that toy could also be fixed instead of being replaced with? I mean, becoming a more better version, changing to transform to what you would like to be. And so, to be that version of yourself, you have the guts to change, and you also have the guts to stop throwing away things and throwing away parts of yourself as if they didn't matter. Your anxiousness, your reliving all of the embarrassing moments of your past were meant to serve a greater purpose, which was to help you identify what you actually was resonant in. And then you can be bold and secure in what you're resonant in. So, becoming bold is a very deeper process than you might think. Handling what you want to do and what you have to do are a thing, are a skill, a knack that only you can do for yourself when you get on this journey of finding out what it is that you want in life. So, becoming bold is from experiences, it is not from following self improvement advice. It's from feeling anxious, it's from being a human being that you get to become more courageous. The successful people did not complete 30 days of doing meditation, or they did not have a correct sleep schedule or anything like that. They were just obsessive over what they wanted to do, and they committed themselves to their craft because they believed, and they were secure enough to believe that that would become their success, that would be their fulfillment, and that was their purpose. So, becoming bold isn't an easy process, but it becomes easier when you understand.